Hi, I'm Derek Coates with Dormacaba. Today we're going to look at installing the key override in the E7900 lock. So in front of me I have two different versions of this lock. One uses standard key and lever override. The other one uses SFIC, or as we call it, best prep. So this is something that we get asked about a bit because the first couple of times you install this key override, it can be a little bit difficult. We even have a supplemental guide that shows how to install this to make it a little bit easier. But I'm going to show you some of the key things in installing it. So first we're going to look at the key and lever version here. So this is our key and lever version. Lever has just a circle hole cut out in it. We have our key and lever core and our little piece that locks it in once we're done. Got our keys here and our lock. So inside this lock, and it's very hard to see this on the video, but there's a little spindle down here at the bottom. That spindle, it's a little plus sign, but two edges of it are actually shaved down. So on this little plus, I've got two little edges that are notched down. And if you read the instructions, it tells you to do this properly, you need those indentations up and down. And here's one way you can see it. There's a little catch down here that actually holds the lever on. And if I take and turn this spindle, it's going to push that catch out on me right here. Once I get it oriented the correct way, that goes in. That's your little lever catch. So once I get the lever on, that's what actually pushes out by that spindle to lock the lever in place. So I'm going to take my lever here, I'm going to slide my core into it and put the little retaining piece in there. Now, got my key, and this we're doing is a right-hand door. So, according to the instruction sheet, this indentation here at the edge of the keyway for a right-hand door needs to be facing over to the edge of the lever here, to this side. If it was a left-hand door, I would want this turned the other direction, facing towards the lever. So for a right-hand door, it's going to face this way. That's got it all in there. Now I've got to take this for our right-hand door and turn that indentation to where it's facing up, about a 45 degree or so. So I'm going to take this to put on the door. Actually, sorry, up at 45 degrees. I'm doing this upside down, so please forgive me if I'm oriented the wrong way. See if I can get all this laid out the right way. There it is. I got it the right way there. So I've got it in. Now I turn it back to lock in place. Now, see, I can pull the key out. If I didn't put this in the right way, I would not be able to pull this key out. That's the first indication that you've done something wrong, is the key won't come out of it. So if I put the key back in, I can actually turn it, and I feel it click right there at the end, and know that when I turn the lever, it's actually retracting the lock. Now we can see that on the back side here. If I turn the lever, if I get the key turned and turn the lever, you see that spindle right here start turning. So once it's engaged, that's what turns the spindle. If I can get it, there we go. Hard to hold this upside down and show that. But that's what would turn that spindle to actually engage the lock. So because I can remove the key, I know I've got this put in the correct way. So the other option we have is a small format here. So small format comes with a little tool with it to align those pins. Now again, we want to start with them up and down. That means that little catch goes in. On this one, I'm going to put the lever in without the core. I'm going to take this tool and reach down and grab that little plus and turn it 90 degrees. Now my lever's held on. I can't get it off. So it's locked in place. Now I've got my small format core here with control key. The package came with two different adapters. So this is a 6-pin small format. So I've got the 6-pin adapter that's a little thicker down here on the end. The 7-pin actually is thinner down here on the end because the core is longer. So I'm going to take that and just push it in. I'm going to take and slide this down into the lock. Turn that control key to lock it in place, so now it's on there. Now one of my regular keys can turn this. So everything's working the way it should. That's the way to put these on, and you notice that small format is a lot easier to put on than standard key and lever. So this is one of my other recommendations. I highly recommend using small format over key and lever for multiple reasons. One, it's easier to install. You notice this one I had to get everything turned the right way. This one was a lot easier. Also, this keyway, if I ever want to change it out, I've got to pull the lever off, pull the core out, change it out. Whereas this one, I just take my control key, walk up here, turn it, pull the core out, put a new one in, and I'm ready to go. So a lot easier to change it out. Also, if I'm putting mechanical keyways in here, I want to have a key system. It's a lot easier to set those up with small format because I can set my different levels, control it easier. Somebody loses a key, it's a lot easier to change that core out. It's just, in my opinion, a better way to do it. So this is how to install the key override. Thank you very much.